Hey guys, welcome back to the OG's Power Hour. We're talking today about feeding your mind. We're going to wait and see if John Berfelo joins us or not. I know with the new, and there he is. Hey, John, how's it going, brother?
We just select the words that you want to be the variables, and then you can click on the variables.
You're still studying that. Okay, well, we're feeding our minds today, and that's exactly what you're doing. And that was why you're always feeding your mind, yeah.
That's what we get to do here. We can take a look at new ways of being able to move forward in today's technologies, right? And as we reassemble our talks, this is MB. I'm gonna sit here and talk to you and do this as I'm talking because I've learned how to multitask.
Yeah.
Google. And when you click a lot of buttons and then you realize you get billed at the end of the month, and you're like, shit, how am I gonna pay for that stuff?
Yeah, exactly, right. But that's part of feeding your mind is there is a cost to it, whether it's like me sitting here on the internet and watching videos, in scientific discussions, or what you're doing, taking classes. It's all about feeding our minds as much as feeding the plants and the animals.
When we're going to look at corporate videos, dubbing, podcasts, sales, social media, customer successes. Well, let's help customer successes. Let's look at that one. There you go.
Well, and that's what you're focused on with your AI and all your courses, etc. You're feeding people's minds on how to do what
you're connection over anything, right? Take a look. Too much going on here. I'm like 6 meetings here right now. I can't do this. Yeah, I have this one in front of me. I have
and you can just go out through your voicemail.
That's my voicemail. I have to let somebody go here. I have to let you go. So I'm gonna talk to you later. Bye. We're live, so it's pouring rain. I know we have a rainstorm going on here right now.
Yeah, I know we do as well. It's supposed to rain all day. Feeding the soil.
Feed the soil. I hope this one's asking questions. Okay, I got Mark H on this one. This one I have to take. So, hello, Mark. How are you? Yeah, I got 3 meetings going on, Mark. Can I call you at noon? Yes, that'll be perfect. Thank you. Bye. Hi.
How's everybody? You're having a fantastic day. Busy as all hell.
Well, we have this new thing going. It's called Feeding Our Minds and leading into cutting edge technologies to move forward. So
is going to be on Wednesday, June 5th at 11:30 a.m.
I need to hear that. Wednesday, June 5th at 11:30 a.m. I need something.
And you need to write that down.
Oh, I am. That's why we're doing this. This is over. He showed me. It's just going a little extra because we're doing video and looking at how we can take a look at doing video overs and stuff. That's pretty cool, guys. There's so much cool stuff going on with technology today. It's really, I don't want it in Polish. I want it in English. How come I'm doing this? Here we go. You gotta do closed captions. So what I do now is I have closed caption in front of me so I can hear what they're saying. I don't have to listen to them. I see it. Captions. Oh, it's not working. Show captions. There they are. There we go. And I can talk to you guys.
Okay, June 5th.
Yeah. So
Starling's supposed to be launching their next launch.
Wednesday, June 5th. Start at the top mentorship. I got 10 till. Oh, look at that. They put me 11:30 until. So now I got 11:30 until 1. It looks like I'm not eating between 10 and that. This is AI Sprint. So really learning about AI tools, guys. So I was supposed to do a little add-on on my channel, actually. And I haven't had time because I have all these ones going on. Training session number 9, sprint number 9. What's going on? See? AI assisted. So this is about learning and scaling your business, guys. And as we're moving forward today, we have to start scaling them where we're going, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can't see where you are. I'm gonna get rid of this.
I'm in a mystery tab, John.
Oh yeah. No. Okay, this one's got a camera on it, so there must be something going on there. It's Google.
Well, I know you were breaking up, so you got too much going on your internet. You're having way too much fun, John. We wanted to ask about the Grow Up Conference, how you found Toronto.
I'll find you in 1 second. We can go through all this. Where are you? If I go to Shaw email, I got a system here.
You need a system, John.
Yeah, yes.
All right. Hey, we're back.
There we go. We're back. I have a great one. Oh, I can get rid of this one. I was going to talk to Hal. I'll see him tomorrow. Bye, guys. That one's over. Do I have anything else happening?
The OG's Power Hour, man.
10:40. Can today's show. How do I get a $552 business invoice for? Okay, I don't want to talk about that.
So how did the Grow Up, John?
I would say the Grow Up Conference is one of the most one of those really it was nice the way the conference came together. One room where we had all the talks. So it was really nice to be part of that on day one, which was the Vision Day. And I took a lot of different notes. They're not in front of me right now. Of taking a look at how the vision was moving forward and how I took notes, which is pretty cool. Actually, they are in front of me. Share screen.
So did you watch Tom Landry? I know he was there doing a discussion. We've got him on later today with Leighton Morrison updating the horizontal soil beds.
No, missed that. I would reframe Canada's destructions. Is this the reframe I did the whole thing? No. Chain guard, wellness, no. Cannabis landscape opportunities in the programs. Yeah, here it is. This is cool. You want to share screen?
Well, you can present down below.
Let me take a look here. Present. Check this out. Share screen. Share screen. Changing landscape. Here we go. So here I took a picture of what was going on, what everybody was talking about at the Grow Ups. And this was an image. So we look at market insights and changing landscapes, what's happening with the market size in European market. So I used ChatGPT to they were into an emotional state, and I was kind of curious what they were getting to. So this is what I decided to do. I took a picture of their slideshow. You can see this. Marketing insights and changing landscape and what's happening in the world. And they had their little thing. I let AI tell me what it got into. It gave me the estimated specs, what was happening in Germany, demographics, phases that we're going through here. You can see how did the forecast and what was your analysis. What you are the number one in the world, so you should be able to get this. The forecast is presented in a CanadaVision 2024. So you can see how this is breaking this down. Mm-hmm. So this is given market size, what's happening. Now, what we're talking about is, I guess I should have talked more about what we have been, is we could take a lot of the information with the biologies and do the exact same thing in certain ways. And I have that on the slide over here. I'll get to that. So I started breaking this down. And then I took the next one. So here's the next one they had just a little talk about what's happening in the retail markets. And everybody's talking about the insights, what's happening with the industry.
Okay.
And it broke this down. And then how can we add this to grow faster? It gave me a little enhanced productions, the brand developing, what it would do, what it can do. And I kept adding what everybody was doing. Okay. And I kept filing all the information. And I kept doing this. And I kept going next. Let's take Toke. And then I took all of them and I decided to break down where their faults were and look at the conclusion and expanding on this and take a look at the market expansion and demographics of what we're doing in North American markets, European markets, Asian markets, Latin American markets, and strategies for local distribution and partnerships and channel expansion and e-growth on online marketing, direct to sales consumers here. Look at the retail partnerships and big box retailers and what's going on with cannabis dispensaries. So it started breaking down everything that they're doing, brand development, traditional marketing and aspects for everybody. So I'm taking everybody's knowledge, putting it into one and having one commonality and looking for the best suit forward to grow forward. See what I'm doing?
Mm-hmm.
You get this? Isn't this fun? Financial strategy.
These are your notes that you were taking and you put them into AI, or you had AI listening and recording and then extrapolating?
Okay, listen to me. So they would take a screen. This is what they would talk about: brand building and constant execution for Rubicon Organics. All of these companies were all the top of innovation and marketing in cannabis and how to bring it to the world market and stuff like that is what they're saying. I took what they put in their slide as they were talking. I had AI break things down and tell me what the slide was about. See this? It breaks it down.
Okay.
It does all the research. All right. So it's
Okay,
actually
so you put the picture, you took the picture of the slide, fed that into AI, and it extrapolated from the photograph everything that you've got there. Cool.
It broke everything down to revenue. And then I added to that, and I gave it some custom prompts at the beginning of what I wanted it to do. So it kept expanding. Don't forget, I have the back end of mine where it's programmed so it answers to how I wanted to get into brand developing and marketing, brand awareness, digital marketing. I'm just excited about this. So this is what happened. It gave me a conclusion, market penetration. That was really about this. So this was the first day. They were all about leveling technologies, what they're doing, and no one's using AI. I'm very surprised the amount of people using AI. So let's look at these companies and let's find some commonalities first. So what do we break commonalities among the companies? Brand recognition, premium postings, organic and certified products, product quality, geographical expansion. So they all have a different way, but they're all on the same pathway. You see what I'm looking at? Finding commonalities and patterns that we can utilize in every bits of our life, and what we can do with AI is recognizing patterns so we can focus on being more sufficient. And what we're doing, cut down on more time so we get more money, because the more time you're spending, the more money you're spending. So we can cut down on the time so you have more time to evolve. Now you're making money.
Yeah.
Everybody's complaining here about time. Everybody. It was kind of interesting to see that. And Grow Up was that was first day. So that was Canavision. And they were really looking at how markets are growing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was interesting to see everybody's foresight of what they're looking at overseas and what's happening. No one's talking about growing with the biology. No one's talking about being self-sufficient. No one's talking about, you know what I mean? They're all looking at expansions and how they're expanding. And they're all complaining about not making money because of taxes. And I'm like, well, you guys are spending too much time on trying to find out where the money's being spent. Why don't you put more time on looking at the whole so you don't have to spend the time looking at where the time is being spent? Mm-hmm. That's what AI is. So that's what that was, breaking things down. It was able to break things down. Now, the next day was a lot of fun. So first day was all about meetings. I'm sitting in meetings all day. I'm using AI to break everything down. So I have a lot of it on my phone. So I'm sitting there listening. I'm like, okay. I'm like, And the people around me are watching me. They're like,
what are you doing? What are you doing?
What are you doing? I'm like, check this shit out. And one girl said, like, oh, about like, because that's cool. So you don't use this? She goes, I don't even know what that is. I'm like, okay, I don't want to talk to you right now. If you're in business, if you're a business owner, or you're looking to be an entrepreneur and start a business, or you just want to expand in life, AI is that tool. It is something that you're going to adapt to. And if you choose not to, that's going to be your choice. I'm saying evolving is like having a co-pilot. Anybody here want a co-pilot in life? You know, anybody watch Tom Cruise and, you know, all these, they always had a co-pilot, right? You always had a co-pilot in life. What if you had a super intelligent as a co-pilot, the most sophisticated and the smartest thing in the world that can help you as a co-pilot? He's not there to take you over. He's there to be your co-pilot. He's there to guide you. And you have any questions, he's going to give the exact information that he knows. This might be the best suited this way. You'll make the decision. Don't forget, you're the captain.
Mm-hmm.
He's the co-pilot. All right? So as in being a leader in your own life, understand there's people helping you lead your life. And that's what co-pilots do to pilots, right? So if you're a co-pilot on an airplane, you're helping the pilot, aren't you? Isn't that your job? That is your job to help the pilot. AI is your co-pilot. It is its job to help you. What else can I say? Fuck. That, I guess. Sorry, it's not to swear so much. So there's really... it was so joyful, and being able to just express that one thing, right? So, I mean, I'm just such a commonality, and looking at the industry and how it's evolving and growing forward is beautiful. To see how people are expanding, the amount of like flavors that are coming out, Alexandria, and they have this like goat, and I'm walking over here, guys, because of course I came home with a bag of weed.
Well, I would expect, yeah.
Of course, came home with a bag of weed, and then I came home with all of these medtainers full of weed. Everyone, so much fire. So this is like the golden goat crosses and stuff like that. I don't know. It's supposed to sound like, oh yeah, no, new medtainers, right?
Oh, let me get that blowing up here, John. Just give me half a second.
So
Berfelo.
here's something new we'll be able to do for you now, and you'll be contacting this will be only through Medtainer Canada, and we're doing stuff like this. So as we change and evolve,
yeah.
So if you guys don't know, I relaunched Medtainer as our coming back on our fourth launch. So first was regular Medtainer. I had this little conversation about reinventing and doing things. Oh, love things. First when I first came and was about Medtainer, this is the first product that I was involved with. This skin. I'm like, I need something different.
Mm-hmm.
So John basically imagines and creates the pushed, the CR lid. So this is what we need for standardized dispensing in the world. We need child resistant. Has to happen.
Yeah.
Well, the people wanted something. What did they tell me? They wanted something bigger.
Mm-hmm.
So I came up with a third one. We made it bigger. And everybody complained about everything rubbing off and having all the problems. The logo was getting sticky, and everybody was complaining. Said, and one company goes, "Can't you put in a lid?" I'm like, "Yeah, no, we can't do that. That's like thousands of dollars to make the mold."
Yeah.
Well, after say some complications over the years, and things have changed, and looking at just what we have in the industry and where we are in the industry and how we can evolve, things happen in life, and I got thrown into let's just say into more of a learning lesson, trying to see the best way to move forward from actually using and being able to adapt, because COVID, everybody had the same problem. Companies crashed, things disappeared, things changed, and we started evolving again. And this time it was either evolve with the next level of Medtainer, which is actually being able to custom brand and be able to put this in companies for standardized dispensing, and being the Rolls Royce, the Louis Vuitton for dispensing cannabis around the world. And what we talk a look about is a push top, child resistant lid. So it's completely smell proof, airtight, watertight, poly 5 medical grade plastic. So it's non-leaching, it's non-porous, it's recyclable. So we're looking at with the recycling parts of this now, which is going to be the most important. So as we recycle and look at what waste around the world and all of these plastics that I'm going to pull out of here that just go into the garbage, these are non-recyclable. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
All of this packaging and stuff like that. See all of this here? This is all called harm. All of it. It really is.
What? What did you call it?
I call it harm.
Harm. Okay, yeah. Yeah, harmful to the environment.
Doing good with plastics and bags, and last time I heard we're finding it in men's testicles. Just letting you guys know. All the bags.
Everywhere else, why not?
Where else is it gonna go? Apparently it's going. So and I really saw that. It was pretty cool. So recyclable, reusable, 3 different sizes: small, medium, XL's coming out. Yeah, this is cool. Gonna be the medium. And we take a look at being able to use these products through camping and fishing and hunting, right? Mm-hmm. Right. If you go in for arts, we take the garlic. It's pretty cool. You take garlic, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then you go like this. It makes it. You don't get your hands full of garlic or nothing like that. So there's all these applications, and it was pretty cool. So that's what I'm excited about. So I'm gonna stop with the commercial there, because now I just gave you a commercial, because that's what I was doing almost. I'm having so much fun. I'm grinding coffee here too and stuff. Where's my coffee one? Yeah, I was making coffee with them again, showing.
Oh, hold on. You said you're drinking coffee again?
No, I was grinding coffee beans.
Oh, okay. In a Medtainer, you're grinding coffee beans.
Grinding coffee beans. So I was looking at all of this. So this is cool. So we got all this amazing weed, guys. So Catalog, Grow Town, Handy Dandy, of course. We got more Grow Town. These were really good. a lot of this stuff was, combo packs, like awesome. And they had this amazing section through Mendo Medicinals. It was like 30 booths, all sponsored through Mendo, which is all medical, right? All
Right.
patients, all giving out all this weed. Everybody was trying out weed. You had to scan your badge, and you all got free samples. Like, but this was not, the club was not there. So you all got free samples, and it was really cool because Mendo Medicinals was sponsoring the whole thing, and they had Mendo, and I've never seen anything like it before. It warmed my heart. It was just like, wow, this is exactly what we wanted, right? A section where it's go and get some information and be able to put Dave and Joel and all these amazing souls that were there. It's kind of like, so it was really rewarding to see that and how we're moving forward, that we actually have that ability to go in and sample and have it for patients, and patients know what it was, and the education is now coming more forward. I got Tommy Chong was there, of course, so I had a couple with Mr. Chong and get my book signed. And I remember you did the push-ups.
Right on. Yeah.
Well, he was in Vancouver. Huh?
He was in Vancouver with you a few years ago.
He's in Vancouver. We also met Kyle Crop King Seeds. We did a private party with like 30 of us when we brought in Cheech and Chong. We hung out, and I got shirts signed by them, and we hung out in the back. There was Josie and a few other people. We went to the concert that night. Dana Larson and them showed up, and we got front row seats. It was pretty cool. He remembered all that. And I mean, I've met the guy probably at least a half a dozen times, so I guess he's getting used to me now, right? And it's always with like Jody or certain people that would be memorable, right? So we're all the same kind of loop of people, right? So it's kind of fun. So that was really rewarding to see what they were doing, though. Like, I mean, it's just like, wow. As you can see, I'm just amazed. I just pulled this out, right? Did you see that? Like,
yeah. Give it a dry pull and get that flavor.
Fuck. 3ND Coast Genetics. Which one is this? Indica pre-roll. Pure Michigan glass tip. THC 31%. CBD 0.1. CBD, 0.8. Still doesn't give me a name. We're going to call it weed. Atlantic Cultivation Limited. Expiry date not determined. Dried cannabis pre-roll. Stored in a dry place. Fucking assholes. That's it.
Well, they're obviously not learning about VPD yet, John. They, and how to store their cannabis properly. See, now you're going to feed your lungs with that, and we're talking about feeding your mind. I don't know. Is that going to feed your mind, John?
Well, see, I'm the guy that, because that's such a really good tasting joint, I have to share it with somebody in order to experience it.
Mm-hmm.
Because then I can't say it is, right? Oh, how do I know? Well, I smoked it. No, I got like 30 suckers, so.
Well, and that's the fun and joy of going to these events, and especially the Grow Up is a phenomenal event for information and bringing out new technologies.
I would like to actually take a look at, we had a really good event, and it was really enjoyable to see the passion there.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and I'm running around, right? I'm giving free downloads of Johnny B's book, so I have to go grab that right now.
Oh, you were giving free demos or free copies?
Free download.
A free download? Okay.
I'm walking around with my book right here. Get a free copy of Johnny B's book, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, you just have to scan it and get a download. So Tommy Chong scanned my book and then signed my book.
Sweet.
And then I said, remember, I got the MedTainer guy. I said, I put your logo in there now. And he goes, yeah, I remember. Those things are great. I said, I'll put your logo in there. He's like, Dave, cheer.
Well, they just did a vodka run where the vodka bottle turns into a pipe.
You're going to see lots of this happening, guys. So as we move forward with MedTainers, be able to global and be able to look at a packaging system, because now it's about waste. It's about what's happening, be able to have a recyclable product that's reusable, and actually with the logo on the top, it can now go back to the facility and be reused and recycled. See what I'm doing? I'm creating a system.
Mm-hmm.
So as we create the system and we look at that, and that's the best thing about what Grow Up did for me is it showed me a pattern. It showed me a pattern on how I can actually help serve and give back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, prices are completely changed too, right? So I mean, I can meet if you're in the cannabis industry and you're packaging your cannabis and in the CR, I can tell you right now, I am the Rolls Royce, I am the Ferrari or the Louis Vuitton of the packaging, and that's where you are. So what do you want as a package?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much. So there's price points of where you want to be. I don't have to say this on here, but you can definitely contact. And what it is now is as we can move forward, you can see the passion coming in. The corporate's kind of pulled away, and you can see the people are coming back and supporting the patients. This is what legalization was all about. We're seeing more of that coming into play, more education, more talking about cross-border collaborations going in, and like we have a lot of trading companies now from the US and into Canada. As that's moving forward, because there's going to a Schedule 3. What's going on Australia, Germany, the trading back and forth, international shipping is happening like crazy, guys. There's so much weed being grown. Half it's being shipped out of Canada now,
Well, and
right?
you have Farmgate in BC. I know they have it down east. I think we're supposed to get it in Alberta eventually. That's just another aspect as well, because those are more people going
As we're
doing direct
evolving in
sales.
industry, this is what's happening.
Yeah.
It's going to be Farmgate. You're going to have your close, right? All these things we've talked about. There's going to be so many ways of growing your own and being able to obtain it at the same time. If you can't grow your own, look, I physically have problems. Everybody knows what happened.
Yeah.
And I've been able to evolve that because I use AI and new technologies, and I fought for what I believe in. I kept focused on the goal, which is around the world the green way. I haven't stopped. I have a vision. I have a result that I'm after. 100%. You guys want to write this down, because the most important thing that I've learned from Tony and what he's going to be teaching us again and again, and I'm going through extensive training on it so I can actually help serve more people with this. What result are you after? What do you truly want? What's the result that you're after overall? What do you want? What are you after? What's the purpose driving you? What's the passion? Find that passion within that's going to drive you. Well, you talking about it. We always say it. You started the passion within and all of this, right? So, I mean, everything we talked about, right, hasn't stopped. I haven't stopped with the same voice, the same vision. And then what's the massive action plan behind it?
Yeah.
Right? So as we keep that plan and we push forward with where we're going, it's, well, for a lot of us, it's around the world the green way, right? We want to keep things more natural.
Yeah.
More viable. Take a look at what's happening to our soils and what's happening with our biology, which is being talked about quite a bit, by the way. There was some talk about it.
Good.
And what we're doing about it. There isn't really too much doing about it. Not being more, let's hop in the Tony world too. Some stuff that I was just listening to episode. There was the one I was just listening to recently is with Peter Mendez and Tony Robbins on 2024 sustainability and food production, what we're going to be doing over the next 3 years, because third world countries are hitting it the most. COVID cut down and everything. There's no food production. The bread basket's being shut down. There's no water. Where we get food, guys? So we got to really start looking at how we can give back and how we can actually grow more, because that's what needs to happen right now. People need to start growing more. The food is stop relying on people giving it to them.
Yeah, well, growing more in your backyard, or wherever you have the potential of growing, and having it local to you, instead of being trucked halfway around the world or shipped all the way around the world from Africa or
great celery's doing that.
Yeah,
it's got roots now. I'm planting outside. And I grabbed my celery. Mike's already got 5 of them. So I'm going to eat my celery once a week. I start planting it, and as it starts coming in for a couple months, I'll have my celery.
Yeah,
that's made me a lot of money.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And it's logical, man. Like, then what's going into the soil, because you're the one feeding the plant and the biology. You know what you're going to get back out of it.
Well, most important part here is we got to celebrate the ones that help us with our growth, the ones that continue to go forward. And a very, very beloved brother, someone who helped us read the Freedom Tours across Canada. And at every 420, he would sing "Oh Cannabis," and he was a great man. And a lot of you guys who don't know him will know him now. A great beloved brother of ours, a great friend who fought hard for cannabis legalization, started the substitution program, the substitution I'm going to say Vancouver Substitution Program, the VSP.
Mhm.
And Neil Magnuson, with a blessing, passed away
Oh man.
last week of cancer, and it was a beautiful fight, and I was there to spend the last breath with a dying man, and I was blessed to be able to be part of that. So we were able to go there and have a good chat and get that smile and see the grace.
Celebrate his life.
A great life.
Yeah.
No, Magnuson led the freedom tours across Canada. Every 420, he would sing "Oh Cannabis." So great. Yeah, I mean, sacred herb. I can't even. I gotta write it down. I can't say it right now.
Yeah.
And he was a great man that fought hard for us and stuff like that. And I was able to bring him down.
Yeah.
A copy of my book and leave him a copy and read him the quote. And quote number 37 is of a great man. And every one of these quotes reflects really good to my heart. And I get to read you this quote at the end. I think I'll read you the story. Actually, no, I'm reading it right now. That's
Sure.
that's what happens. Healing is an art. A cannabis, a master painter, colors our world with shades of wellness. That's what cannabis does. It covers our world with shades of wellness and grace, and it's always helped with it going forward. Neil, an individual whose heart was expansive as the sky, and dedicated his life to the service of those marginalized by society. Recognizing the profound disparities in healthcare and wellness access, Neil embarked on a mission fueled by compassion and driven by the belief in cannabis as a force of good. His journey was not just about providing relief, but for fostering dignity, empowerment, and hope among the less fortunate. Neil was quite the guy who always would give back, and if you knew Neil Magnuson, which you're about ready to know, this is exactly who Neil is. Armed with a deep understanding of cannabis therapeutic benefits, Neil founded a nonprofit organization named at Bringing the Gap Between those in need and the healing potentials of cannabis. He saw the plant as a tool for healing not only physical ailments, but as a deeper wounds inflicted by poverty, neglect, and exclusion. Vancouver Substitution Program.
Mm-hmm.
Neil's work began in his community, where he organized free clinics and wellness workshops. I was a part of those, by the way. Those events were also open to all, offering not just access to medicinal cannabis, but also education on its responsible use, holistic health practices, and the importance of mental and emotional for well-being.
Mm-hmm.
Healing was an exclusive art, one that painted life's canvas with broader strokes of wellness and compassion. But his vision extended beyond temporary relief. Neil was a pioneer in advocating for systematic change, tireless working to alter policies and restricted access for medicinal cannabis for unprivileged. Neil was always in court. Neil was always at the courthouses. Neil was always the thing, and he was standing up and fighting harder than anybody could ever fight for. He collaborated with healthcare providers, legal experts, and fellow activists pushing to reform that recognized the right to health and wellness as universal.
Mm-hmm.
We dispose of. I know if it was mine, it wouldn't. Okay. One of Neil's most impactful innovations was the establishment of the Compassion Care Program, which provided medical cannabis not only at cost to those who could not afford it. This program was one of the first of its kind, became a model for similar efforts worldwide, which it now has. Neil's efforts have now gone to 4 other locations, one overseas and Victoria and stuff like that. Cool. Right? And healing should not have no barriers of income or social status. There's no pocket to heal. There is no money taken when you're sick or you're not dying, right? It's about who you are. Throughout his life, Neil's work eliminated I can't say this word for some reason, even though I wrote it. ILLUMINATED. Can't say it for some reason right now. Eliminated. I don't know why I can't say it.
I don't know.
Well, some words I just I'm looking at the word and I'm seeing it differently, and I know how it's pronounced. Well,
Yeah.
Neil, he illuminated. He looked at everywhere he was, everywhere he illuminated. There's a word. I just can't pronounce it. The countless lives touched by his efforts, stories of transformation and hope emerged from the communities he served. Tales of individuals claiming their health, their dignity, and their place in the world thanks to the healing art of cannabis and the dedication of one man who believed in its potential. Neil's legacy is a testament to the power of compassion and the role of cannabis in crafting a more exclusive, healthier society. His journey reminds us that in the realm of healing, we are connected, and that through acts of kindness, advocacy, and persistence, we can paint the world rich with wellness for everyone. And Neil had a little van, and Neil had his little wellness van, and Neil would drive around the downtown east side out of his van, and he would always give out cannabis. And then one day his van burned down, and he got another one. But that was Neil in his van, and that's exactly who Neil is right there. And Neil always helped everybody, and he was just quite one of those men that was able to do that. Neil's story is the 37th narrative that shines a light in the incredible impact of individuals' dedications can have on one's lives of many. It celebrates the role of cannabis in healing and social justice, showcasing how the plant can be a catalyst for change, providing not only physical relief, but also fostering a sense of community, dignity, and hope among the less fortunate.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's quote number 37.
Cool.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to read that on behalf of Neil and what he did for our industry. He's quite the man, quite the guy that will keep living on. What's great is these VSBs are now all over the province. There's one in Vancouver, there's one in Surrey, there's one in, and they have these little community bases that are actually being supported by the community, and they're selling it at no cost, and they're giving cannabis to people who are in need.
Fantastic.
So, yeah.
Well, I often said, John, that we need to go back to the medical attitude in the fight we had with the medical to move cannabis forward at this time. You know, it's standing together as community.
It's funny though, if you take a look at through society, I mean, it's the communities, they get together, but there's always one individual that's pushing for the community to follow.
Yeah.
So the whole thing is when you stand up, you have to step up. And when you step up, you have to look at where you are. So as we push forward in today's industry, who's along? I always say we're creating the dream team, green team for the world. And like I said the other day, I have a cannabis kitchen that I can take anywhere in this world and I can put it in any country. You just bring the gas, you bring me the fuel, you bring me the cannabis, and we can produce what you need from there. Between the containers, from the humidity packs, from the lighting, from the vape pens, from everything and accessories, from T&B Naturals, so I can talk from the companies that I deal with. I have this dream team, green team to help the world. Saying it since you've known me, I said I'm creating this team for the world. And as the world's legalizing, we now have the voice, we now have the courage, we now have the expertise. We've been doing this for decades. Of 42 years being in the industry of doing this with a passion to move forward. I've been doing this since I was being a little boy. And I said this when I was 16 years old, and I'll keep saying it till the day I die. Right? We're going to continue to grow forward. We're going to legalize cannabis around the world. Why? Because it's a fuel, it's a food, it's a fiber, and it's a medicine. It's going to revolutionize where we are. And when we wake up to see how far it's coming, we're now about ready to embark on the next big journey, which is really changing what we're doing. And that big change is the government's telling me that I can only have so many plants or so many seeds, which is what I say bullshit. When I can prove there's an additional aspect behind what we grow and what we do, it gives me my life of how we can grow forward. What if we said we can produce a food supplement that was more powerful than anything out there that can help people with their mental health and their gut health? How about that? Their gut health and their mental health to grow forward. Because this heart here is your soul, but we got to take a look at our mental and our gut health, and that's what we've been lacking through society our whole time. We're not looking at our gut health or our mental health. We're only looking at where we're going, not caught in the past. So we got to push forward with new endeavors and where we can go and see where we're going. As the world is legalizing and as the world is going forward, we got to start taking a look at what we're doing here right now, which is growth, which is natural growth. It's all about what we say, the biology, and we're growing forward with what? Together.
Biology. No, grow forward with biology. You're talking about gut biology and your gut health. It's all about the biology.
It's all biology. We already know that. And what's going on with Mother Earth is where the next stage is. If we don't got to start kind of looking at regeneration, what we're doing, we got to start creating it again. Everybody's got to start creating their own biology, getting into fish amino acids, everything that you've given the calcium and everything like that. Start their own indoor growth and get that biology growing. Get themselves growing independently and about growing your own. And you know what? As our countries are actually moving forward, we're starting to see this happening. I'm starting to see pathways of peoples in deserts, and they spent the last decades, and I can see this green, luscious, how they're actually transforming desert land. Now we got to start looking at how we can find water and getting access to the ones who are truly in need. Because what we're looking for is one thing: water.
Yeah.
We need water in order to grow. We need water for biology. We need water for us to heal. We need water for us to breathe because it's in the air. Water is the number one thing in the world.
Mm-hmm.
It controls everything. Without water, we're perishing. That's why nothing grows in Death Valley, because there's no water. It's too hot.
Mm-hmm.
Right? As our oceans are heating up right now and our corals dying and stuff like that because the world's getting too hot because there's too much population and there's too much different growth. We're not giving back. Start giving back to the earth of what it needs. Start giving back to its energies instead of taking from it. Give to it,
Mm-hmm.
which is growth.
Well, we got to heal ourselves, heal our planet if we want to survive on this planet. And as you say, more and more people are starting to realize that there's more to it than just, what we've been told. We've got to grow forward. We got to learn. That's why we're talking about feeding your mind today. And, we talked about AI. We've talked about a lot of different things. But feeding your mind is, feeding the knowledge in there that you need to move everything forward, yourself and this planet. Because if we lose this planet, it's a little tough to survive here. And it can start with the cannabis industry and move out from there. Regenerative farming and healing deserts. Look at some of the stuff that's happening in India where they brought rivers back, and it's just by putting the biology and plants back in the soil, getting roots in the soil and capturing the water with plants and the technology of swales and all kinds of different things that they're using to slow the water down so it penetrates. But water is, like John said, one of the most important things. Nothing can survive.
It is the most important thing.
Well, not if you back, John, before water was even here.
What are you breathing? You know water. None of us would be here. You wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be here. Water is the number one. That's it. Without water,
if you look at the past, brother, then there wasn't water here. We need the water for our life forms and the planet as we know it to exist.
You know what you're breathing? Your breath is water. You're breathing water. Oxygen is water. The world is water. Plants are water. You're water. Water flows. You don't keep things dry. If you want to kill it, then you fucking dry it up. So don't dry your fucking weed. Keep it fresh.
Yep. Well, and that's where you're talking about, having that freshness in the medicine that you're consuming for longer. They're noticing in stores that the stuff growing hydroponically does not last as long as stuff grown organically. It just, the flavor isn't there anymore. You don't have the life expectancy of the plant, and you're eating blueberries, you rotten bugger.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, and Matt Powers is starting his new course today on regenerative soils. So anybody that wants to learn more, Matt's got a hell of a mind that you can learn a lot from. Just like, James Pollock, James White, a lot of the doctors we have on here on a regular basis, they're at the cutting edge. And Matt is forming, a file of the biology, what it does, its DNA. He's got a DNA sequencer, so he can really dive down into what's necessary for plant and regenerating our soils and ourselves. And John, you got a nice picture of your blinds there anyway.
We just hit go ahead.
I was going to say you're coming in. I think it's Grow Ups in September in Edmonton. I think this year.
Yeah, what's the date on that? Why not make it?
I'm not 100% sure on the new date. I haven't looked at it
I'll
lately.
be in Germany the first week of September.
You're going to be where?
In Germany.
In Germany.
Yeah. And then Dubai in October.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Should be fun. Why are you going to Dubai of all the deserts in the world?
I want to see the desert. I need some water activity testing and doing my light meter.
Have you been testing lately? Like, I know a lot of people are saying the tone of the sun has changed. Have you been doing much for testing?
The tone changed when?
I don't know. People have started talking about going from more of a to a white instead of the yellow. So I don't know.
That's the atmosphere. It has nothing to do with the sun.
Ah, okay. It's too much fun, John, because there's
and you know, I said that because that would only make sense is the atmosphere is the only thing that's reflecting the sun's only allows so much in, so the sun's not going to change color. It's a big ball of energy that's burning at a, like at nitrous. Like we couldn't even, you know what I mean? Like, come on, it's the sun, right? It's where energy comes from. It's where it's where the light's coming from.
Well, without that light, we wouldn't survive because that's what's motivating all of the cells in our body. That's what charges us up.
It creates the universe.
Mm-hmm. Well, have you ever heard of Terrence Howard or Walter Russell?
The name sounds.
Terrence Howard was an actor, but he's also into physics, and he's got. He went down the rabbit hole worse than I did, John, on different things. But there's some new information and some old information being relearned by people that really is, taking what we know now into new levels. It's like the AI taking it to a whole new level because you can access all that varied information so quickly by using it. Excuse me.
I don't want to talk about that. But I know. Wow. Yesterday, when I know this morning, every day I learn. It's insane. Number one thing I learned over this weekend and over the event, and I took some notes. I wrote down some stuff here. Let me give you some things of me debriefing the week and the lessons that I learned and things that are meaningful way to me and things and how I write things down. I'm gonna put this on a big little poster board too. Be obsessed about the customer experience. Everything is created for the value that you give the customer the experience. So by me giving people the books and giving them the meditainers and just giving them that smile, it was fucking awesome, right? Always give customer experience because that's what gives you. That's what I love doing. That's what we all love doing, right? Don't invent something new. Look at what it is and make it different. And that's what I was saying here.
Mm-hmm. Just had to make it different to be able to relaunch and go to the next level.
I had to relaunch in a different way, and I relaunched. I completely relaunched with the intent that I can now come in the industry with a powerhouse because the numbers are there, and I know how to do this. So I couldn't. I was held. It was threshold of control. That's all I can say. It was complete threshold of control. I was being held. I couldn't do nothing because of where life was and the governments and COVID and just shit. So I was just like, so you know what? You have to stand out in a meaningful way. And by meaning that, I stand out in a meaningful way by keeping real with the push and keep pushing forward because I never stop. Keep pushing forward to where you want to see where you're going. What result are you after? Cannabis, cucumbers, peppers, and tomatoes growing on 100 years. It's in my book. Shit, I wrote about this stuff, you know?
Yep. And you did. You wrote a couple of books so far, and you're working on more.
I got my third one coming out right now. It'll be out in September. I'm going to have my 4 books for my 4/20/2024 is my 4 books for me smoking weed for 42 years for 4/20/2024. And my 42 lessons, my 42 quotes, my other one's 42 lessons, 42 inventions and 42 changes. So you get 4 books from me this year. And the 42 changes legalization, and the change will be the one at the end. And that will be the one that was finalized going into 2025. And then there will be my book. 2025 will be my stories. Right? So Be obsessed about the customer. I already said this. Consistently improve.
Yeah.
Money is a form of impact, so you need to make money in order to improve.
Yeah.
It's a form of impact. Always take notes. Put your head down and write what you invite. I take notes like crazy. If anybody knows that, I write out pens. It's fun.
I know when we had you on with Leighton Morrison, you were taking notes.
If people heard me, I need a fucking pen. Why am I gonna forget? I'm like, fuck, what was I thinking? Damn it. Gotta change the world. Got new opportunities to make massive change. So look at the new opportunities to make that massive change in your life. Make that 2 millimeter shift to where you're going. See where you're going. Make the shift. See it. Go for it. Right? The small things are sometimes the biggest things that make the biggest difference. Just a simple thank you. Handshake.
A smile. Yeah.
It's great to see you today, man. Appreciate you so much. That can go a long way in your future because you don't know who you're saying thank you to or who you're giving that smile to. Remember that. Always seeking a really good challenge in life. Look at making it happen. Challenge your mindset. Never stop pushing your limits. So I never stop pushing your limits. Never stop pushing your limits. Always challenge your mindset and always look towards your future you. Don't be caught in the past. The past doesn't equal the future unless you live in it. You can't live in the past, so why fucking live there?
Yeah.
Stop. Commit to bringing something lessons back to the community. Always bring someone back to the community, the people that you love or what you do. Always share something. You're sharing, you bring something back to the community with the OG power, right? I'm sharing by coming back here. I'm sharing the green way. I'm doing videos and people don't want. There you go. I'm doing videos. I'm always sharing back to the community. Always bring lessons back to the community. Bring lessons back to your community or to your family, your friends, and where you are, right? Make sure you are the strongest in the circle as possible. Don't be the weak in the circle. Be the strongest. And if you're not, then
I don't know what's going on with your audio, man. But
how's that?
That's better.
Okay, I put a piece of paper over it. We've done that before.
Okay. Yeah. I
remember that. Number 8, refusing to measure people by wealth status. Looking at the person, not the pocket. Yeah. All right. Always shake everybody's hand. Hey, thank you. Always take pictures with a smile. Selfie guy. Man, as they keep your mouth shut, I'm like, yee-hoo. No, how are you? I'm always happy. Always find a way to impact somebody by saying yes. Yes. Because I always sound him saying, when I say yes, why are you saying yes? Yes. That's the impact. Always find a way by saying yes. Because people say yes. So yes to what? Where are you going? Where are you going? Yes. The best work is done while you're playing. This is where the position is working.
Yeah, how can you call what you're doing? How can you call being at an event and enjoying yourself work? But yet it is.
All right. So this is my big debrief. And this is well, you're not a CEO in life. You're an inventor. You're a disruptor in your life, right? You disrupt people's lives. You're an inventor. You're moving forward. Keep pushing forward in what you see. Do what you love to do. Who is for you, not how you're doing it. Because who, not how. I talked about this again, like gap. I've talked about this so much, like what, months ago? Did I go through this already? I probably have. There's some repetitive. Yeah. Yeah. Who is going to do it better for you? Because someone's going to be able to do it better for you. You got your own path that you're good at. Stay focused on what you can do. Do what you do best. Let others do the rest. Hire a team. Hire people that can do things for you. If you want to do it all yourself, that's fine. You can go somewhere. But if you want to go around the world, you need a team. Take it everywhere. Remember that. Being small is not being insignificant. But it's time to start playing big in your life. So start playing big where you want to go, because you can be small. It's not mean anything. What's the impact that you want? So it's time to step up to where you want to go. So play big. Play big in your life, because you never know when that life is never going to be there for you to go to.
Yeah.
Right. And most important thing that I really learned, and where I keep putting things first, is always put human connection first. Connect with people. Go and say hi. My biggest thing was sitting down with people I never met. That's all I did the whole grow up. I met people I've never met before. I just went, hi. hi, I'm John. Why? Well, I know all those people, so I never met you before. Like, oh, you're awesome. Hi. And that's how I did it. I said, I know all them, so I've never met you before. So I go and talk to people I had never met.
Yeah.
I want to go and said, because I come all over the country. Some funny is I go hang with all my friends. They live 20 minutes from me. We don't see each other at home. We hang out at events. So I'm like, I'm not going to hang with you at events anymore. I'm going to go hang with people I don't know.
Yeah.
See when we get home.
Yeah.
I do enough business with you. I'm trying to look at how we can make new contacts and new inventions with other people, right? So put yourself out there. Make a big impact. You're not an interruption until you get their attention. Remember that. You're not an interruption until you get their attention. And when you get their attention, ask a question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Questions are the lazy of human consciousness. They concentrate to focus and determine what we feel and do. Where are you going? This is your mission Monday. What are you setting yourself to win for your week? Write it down. What you write, you invite. Where you're going. What do you see for your future? Just keep seeing it. Write it down. What seeds are you popping? What are you putting into your soils? What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
I'll be popping 800 seeds pretty damn quick.
Cool.
We're doing a feeling hunt.
No, I wouldn't have figured that. So you've been doing a different pheno huts. You had the Medi Mac you were showing us here a couple of weeks ago. Is that in soil yet?
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Well, yeah, grab it. Let's take a look. Let me bring you up big screen here. Well, we can't see it because you're not holding it in the camera. So
yeah. Give me a second. I'm gonna have like 800 pictures of weed.
No, not John.
There's the Medi Mac. I don't know if you can see it, right? Probably can't properly. Medi Mac.
Cool.
Medi Rom. So these are all the Medi Macs and Medi Roms. See?
Okay, cool. Nice.
Medi Roms.
So are you going to go straight into the soil or what are you guys going to be growing in?
Cocoa.
Just straight cocoa? Okay.
Straight cocoa. Athena.
Okay.
Hash.
That's what you want to make is just that nice hashish.
That's what I smoke. Dab time. Here's the whole thing. I'm consulting on things and being held part of it. And I tested a lot of lights, and there's people I've known for a long time, and I'm able to grow. So I moved some of my strains and gave them the cuts, gave them the seeds. They cut the cuts, and there we go.
Yeah. You
Who
have
not,
to really love it.
Who, not how. Remember I said that?
Yeah.
I got 280K. It changed my life. So I found all the who's now. I'm not getting into the how. ICBC, everybody's the who's. What am I doing? I'm using the who's to move forward. Remember that in life. Who Not How is a great book. And the gain, not the gap. Look at the gains you're getting from what you learned from. And don't get caught in the gap and look at the gain where you're going. That's what we get to do in life. We get to push forward. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we did. Let's grow up. We're pushing forward. Randy was the next one coming in. I've been to events since 2009. I can say they're all gone, and Randy's just the next one. And he'll fade out, and someone else will come in and play with him because now comes Kind. Now comes the next ones. There was Treating Yourself, and then there was, there was Lift, and then there was the Hemp Fest, and there was the Trading. There was like 5 or 6 of them, and there was Champs for a couple, and they just kind of filter through.
Yeah. And you've been going to all of them for decades around the world.
Yeah. The one that's consistent is Spanibus. It's the only one that's still there from what I can, because High Times is gone now. Tree Eye's gone. All the other ones gone, but Spanibus, I got Spanibus written down world stage for 2027 to relaunch. 2025 with relaunch of the brand, which is Medtainer. So I wrote it down already. You saw it. You see it in there, right?
Yeah.
See everything written down. Rebrand, relaunch of my company.
Yeah.
So it's around the Greenway. It will be a different logo, by the way.
Okay.
So see, it's a change. It's a rebrand. It's around my world, the Greenway. This is the logo that I created. That's my logo, and that's the new logo right there.
Cool.
So that logo.
That's the one I got.
That's the one that you all will get. That's around the world of Greenway, and it's about not about me. It's the cannabis kitchen that we're taking around the world and helping people with their own growth and education. And we are the top garage. And there's all kinds of garages you can take your cars to. There's all kinds of restaurants you can go eat at. I'm bringing the best restaurant that I like to eat at. My restaurant. The people that I like to associate myself with, food that I like to eat. Might not be your flavor, but it sure is a lot of everybody else's flavor, and I know that because we all have a good flavor, right?
Yeah.
And with that,
you're supposed to do push-ups.
I get to do some push-ups, and then we get to finish off the show with a dab, maybe, or we continue. I don't. Here's the thing. Now, I
got another show coming up, so I'm going to be cutting it off. We're going to go out on your push-ups, John, as I'm announcing. We got Tom Landry coming up, who was at the Grow Up in Toronto with John. He did a conversation there. He's going to have an update to that later on with Leighton Morrison. So you guys are going to want to check that out. It's already posted on the internet. Of course, Andy and I on Wednesday. And with that, John, say goodbye.
Oh, we got it. We're going to do a dab first.
Oh, all right. Quick dab. Just a quick dab, man.
I mean, it's only 24 seconds changes your life, right?
Well, yeah, and your attitude's going to get changed with that dab, I'm sure of it. So swing your camera over, buddy. You're out of focus again. There you go. And there's John dabbing us out, guys.
Well, push-ups and dabs. There you go.
Peace out, everybody.
Bye, guys.